Do you want to find your voice? Now that may seem like a strange question to ask, especially if you can speak. But finding one's voice is a common problem I've encountered over the years as a therapist and life coach. My name is Leonard Simchek, and I'd like to talk to you about finding your voice. So what exactly is voice? Voice is how we tell the world who we are. How we tell the world who we are. Now, growing up, we've often been told not to tell who we are. We've been taught to censor different parts of our lives. Have you ever been told growing up, don't say that, or shh, don't get mad, or keep that to yourself? You're embarrassing me. And we take those messages and tend to censor our voice. When my children were young, I saw how they were uninhibited, natural, and really connected to their body. They were curious about the world, and they wanted to share what was going on within themselves and what they observed. And over time, all of us begin to shut down that voice because we're told continually, growing up, don't say this or don't say that. Now that was my problem growing up as a boy. I was raised in your typical dysfunctional family. There was domestic violence and my parents divorced. I attended Catholic school and I learned not to talk about divorce, separation, anything like that in school. As a matter of fact, I kept so many feelings to myself, I just shut down those parts. It was like it wasn't appropriate to speak those things. And my journey in personal growth has been to learn how to find my voice and to help others find their voice. Now the strange thing is we don't just have one voice, we have a range of voices. And I want you to think of this. We have our inner child voice, we have our rebel adolescent voice, we have our higher wisdom voice, we have our lover's voice. We have many different voices. And we also have a range in our voice. And that range tends to be the expression of emotions. I can speak like this throughout my presentation, or I could have a range of using my voice and sharing personal recollections as well. So how do we find our voice? Here's 4 simple steps. The first step is to create a safe place where you can experiment with finding your voice. For me, I've used journaling for the past 40 years, and the journaling has helped me put my thoughts onto paper so I can see what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. And that also takes me to the place where I ask myself, when I want others to read what I've said, that tells me that I'm beginning at that cutting edge about my voice. Now, others can go to therapists or coaches or mentors who can create an environment where you can experiment with just sharing yourself in a very non-judgmental way. It's very important to be an accepting, non-judgmental environment. You could also have a loved one or a support group. I personally belong to Toastmasters, and it's a fabulous organization to be able to practice speaking, practicing using different elements of my voice. Once I create a safe place, then the next step is to identify my voice patterns. We have different ways of speaking, and we have different ways of saying what we want to say and how we say it, and also what we don't say and how that comes across. If I'm angry and I don't want to say it, but you can see that I'm all clenched up, I'm telling the world I'm angry but not really using my voice to say that. And also it's important to find out what beliefs inhibit me from expressing myself. Over the years, I found there's 3 common beliefs that inhibit people. The belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not loved. I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not loved. Boy, that will shut down a voice immediately. So when you begin to identify your voice patterns, then you can move to the next step, and that is asking 3 simple yet powerful questions. What am I feeling? What do I need to say? And how can I say it? So if I'm feeling sad, I may need to be expressing some sadness. And how can I say it? I could shut down, not say it, or I can use an I statement. Right now I'm just feeling sad. So those three simple questions will help you clarify your voice pretty easily. What am I feeling? What do I need to say? And how can I say it? And then the next step is just to practice using your voice. And the key is to practice using your voice that in situations that you might not normally use your voice. So for instance, growing up, I was taught men do not share sadness. And so I've had to really practice when I'm feeling sad just to tell others, right now I'm feeling sad. For those of you who have difficulty being positive and giving compliments, you may want to practice sharing more complimentary statements, being more appreciative. If you have difficulty with certain emotions, you may want to play around with expressing those emotions. That will help extend your voice. If parts of your lives were shut down as children, you may want to go and access those particular parts of yourself. So again, create a safe place that's non-judgmental. Identify your voice patterns. Ask those three simple questions. What am I feeling? What do I need to say? And how can I say it? And then practice using your voice. As you continue to practice using your voice, you'll be able to give more of you to the world, because you is what the world wants to see, wants to hear. This is Leonard Simchek, helping you on the roadmap home.